Did you know that 2.1 million kids are illegally working on cocoa farms? That's the shocking truth Dutch journalist Toon van de Keuken found in 2003, sparking Tony's Chocolonely, a chocolate brand born from outrage, not profit. From eating slave-sourced chocolate on live TV to launching 5,000 fair trade bars that sold out instantly, Toon turned activism into a €200 million empire by 2024. But here's the catch. With ties to controversial organizations, high sugar content, and a €6.8 million loss last year, is Tony's really changing the process? Or just sweet-talking us? Stick around to find out. Tony's Chocolonely didn't start as a business. It started as an exposé. In 2003, Dutch journalist Toon van de Keuken, known as Tony, was working on the investigative consumer rights show Keuringsdienst van Waarde when he came across a shocking truth. The chocolate industry was deeply entangled in child labor and slavery. Going even further, Toon and his team reported disturbing numbers. There were 2.1 million children working illegally on cocoa farms in Ghana and Ivory Coast, with 30,000 cases of human trafficking and slavery in the industry. Major chocolate corporations were profiting from these unethical supply chains, and consumers had no idea. Toon was outraged, but rather than just reporting the facts, he decided to take an unusual approach. He attempted to turn himself in as a criminal. On live television, Toon ate multiple chocolate bars that he knew were sourced from slave labor. Then, he called the police and demanded to be arrested as a chocolate criminal for financing modern slavery. His stunt created a media frenzy, but the Dutch authorities refused to prosecute him. Not giving up, Toon found 4 former child slaves from Ivory Coast who were willing to testify in court about their experiences. Even then, no legal action was taken against the chocolate industry, but the investigation had ignited a public conversation. Realizing that real change wouldn't come from lawsuits, Toon decided to take matters into his own hands. In 2005, he produced 5,000 fair trade certified milk chocolate bars as a statement against exploitation. The bars were wrapped in bright red packaging, a symbol of urgency and rebellion. They sold out almost instantly. What was meant to be a one-time stunt became something much bigger. Consumers were demanding ethical chocolate, and Tony's Chocolonely was born. From the very beginning, the company set itself apart. Its name, Chocolonely, reflected Toon's sense of isolation in the fight against injustice. The brand wasn't just selling chocolate, it was selling a mission to make the chocolate industry 100% slave-free. But as we'll see, turning activism into a business came with its own set of challenges. From a bold statement to a chocolate empire, Tony's Chocolonely's branding played a crucial role in its success. The company didn't just rely on ethical storytelling. It used bright, colorful packaging and an unorthodox marketing strategy to stand out on supermarket shelves. The same team that made innocent smoothies a household name worked behind the scenes to craft Tony's identity. Their slogan? An impact company that makes chocolate, not a chocolate company that makes impact. This messaging resonated with consumers who wanted guilt-free indulgence. In the last fiscal year, which ended in September 2024, Tony's Chocolonely had a great year. They made over €200 million in sales, which is a 33% increase compared to the previous year. The biggest boosts came from the United States, where sales went up by a fantastic 86%. The United Kingdom and Ireland also did well, with a 45% increase in sales. In their home country, the Netherlands, sales grew by a modest 6%. Additionally, the DACH region, Germany, Austria, and Switzerland saw a 27% increase in sales. Overall, it was a strong year for the company. Douglas Lamont, CEO, noted that 2/3 of this growth came from increased sales volume, while only 1/3 was due to unavoidable price hikes resulting from significantly rising cocoa prices. However, Lamont points out that Tony's Chocolonely did not pass on all the increased costs to consumers, contributing to a slightly larger operating loss of €2.89 million. Furthermore, the startup of a production facility for liquid chocolate in the United States led to an increase in net loss, which rose from €2.4 million to 6.8 million euros. To scale production, Tony's Chocolonely partners with Barry Callebaut, one of the world's largest chocolate processors. Despite the controversy surrounding this partnership, the company ensures its cocoa remains 100% traceable, separating its ethically sourced beans from the rest. In total, 17,690 tons of traceable cocoa were purchased from 20,296 cocoa farmers, which showed around 19% increase compared to the previous year. But rapid expansion comes with financial strain. The company invested heavily in a new U.S. factory, increasing losses from 2.4 million euros to 6.8 million euros in 2024. Rising cocoa prices, which soared from $3,600 per metric ton in 2023 to a staggering $12,440 in 2024, further squeezed profit margins. Tony's Chocolonely built its reputation on fighting injustice in the chocolate industry. But is the company as ethical as it claims to be? While Tony's has undoubtedly raised awareness, it has also faced major criticism over the years. On the positive side, Tony's has implemented 5 key sourcing principles: paying a higher price for cocoa, ensuring traceability, charging farmer cooperatives, committing to long-term partnerships, and improving productivity and quality. This model has yielded real results. In 2024, only 4.4% of children in Tony's supply chain were found to be engaged in child labor, compared to the industry average of 46.7%. The company also expanded its Tony's Open chain, bringing on Mr. Beast's Feastables and UK supermarket Waitrose as partners in its ethical sourcing initiative. But not all of Tony's practices align with its mission. In 2021, the company was removed from the slave-free chocolate list because of its ties to Barry Callebaut. Critics argue that by using the same processing facilities, Tony risks indirectly supporting unethical practices. The company has also faced past scandals. In 2010, a Dutch TV show exposed that Tony's was sourcing hazelnuts from Turkey, where child labor was being used. It was only after the public backlash that Tony corrected this supply chain issue. Another major concern? Sugar. While Tony advocates for ethical cocoa, it remains silent about where it sources its sugar, an industry notorious for labor exploitation. A typical Tony's milk chocolate bar contains 48.4 grams of sugar per 100 gram, significantly higher than Pump Street Chocolate's 29.2 gram. Some argue that while Tony fights for one ethical cause, it ignores another: the role of sugar in obesity and public health crises. Furthermore, critics accuse Tony of being more focused on marketing than real impact. The brand's messaging is undeniably influential, but some believe it simplifies a complex issue. The chocolate industry's problems go beyond child labor. There's deforestation, extreme poverty, and gender inequality, all of which require broader structural changes. From a journalist's bold stunt to a 200.1 million euros brand, Tony's Chocolonely has reshaped the chocolate industry with its fight against child labor. It reduced child labor in its supply chain to 4.4% while growing 33.2% year-over-year. However, controversies remain. Its ties with Barry Callebaut, high sugar content, and rising losses of 6.8 million euros in 2024 raise concerns. As cocoa prices uprise $12,440 per ton in 2024, can Tony stay ethical while scaling? Is it a true changemaker or just great marketing? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon.